Oh, what's going on, everybody? The Miami Heat just beat the New York Knicks 109 to 101. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Got a lot to get off my mind. Um, just the Miami Heat have outclassed us in every single way. They are beating us at our own game. You got players on the New York Knicks that are not stepping up at all. Bench unit has been trash. Julius Randle tonight was okay, but first quarter, the New York Knicks, when you open up the game with simple, stupid mental mistakes, you're not going to win playoff games with stupid mental mistakes. Lack of basketball IQ mistakes from this New York Knicks team tonight, this whole series. And the Miami Heat have just been, I want to say one step, but they've been 5 steps ahead of this New York Knicks team. It's safe to say the Heat should be up 3-0. I had Heat fans saying that, but I agree with them. But hey, they're up 3-1, and the lack of basketball IQ from this New York Knicks team has been astonishing. The lack of basketball IQ from, especially Julius Randle. Stupid, silly turnovers. Free throw shooting has been trash. And it's not like the Knicks didn't shoot the ball well tonight. It's just that the Heat were getting after loose balls, out-rebounding this New York Knicks team. They're beating you at your own game. They're outclassing the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are getting punked. They're getting punked. That's what's happening. The New York Knicks are getting punked by the Miami Heat. And a lot of fans took this Miami Heat team lightly. Not me. This Miami Heat team is the same team that finished, correct me if I'm wrong, number 1 in the East last season, right? It's just, they're a great team. It's just this game, the lack of detail, number 1, the lack of attention to the small little things, the game-winning plays that we lack. We don't have, they're beating us at our own game. It's just, I still have a headache from this game because it started in the first quarter. The silly, lazy passes, Quentin Grimes, back-to-back turnovers. I get it. He hasn't started in a while in the first quarter. Julius Randle, lazy passes to Jalen Brunson in the first quarter. Why are we doing this in a playoff game? Why are we doing this in a playoff game? Please. Somebody please explain to me why the heck are we still doing this in a playoff game? It's the playoffs. It is the second round. Silly, dumb mistakes are just, they're uncalled for. Shooting wasn't an issue tonight. It was, getting stops was an issue. Every time the Knicks made a run tonight, the Heat just answered with a dagger 3 back-to-back times. 6:52 left. Knicks cut the lead. This was in the third quarter. Knicks cut the lead to 2. Heat hit a 3. 5:57 left. Knicks cut the lead to 3. Heat hit a 3. 3:09 left. Knicks cut the lead to 5. Heat hit a 3. 1:57 left. Knicks cut the lead to 4. Heat hit a back-breaking 3 all series long. The Miami Heat have hit back-breaking 3s all series long. And it's just, frustrating, man. Let's hit this chat. Steven, they got to hustle. They forgot how to rebound. The Heat wanted more. All 3 of those sentiments that you just stated are exactly true. The Miami Heat simply wanted more. They're beating the New York Knicks at their own game. They're out-hustling the New York Knicks. They're outclassing the New York Knicks. No excuses. Tonight's not a night to, celebrate this season. And look, 3-1. We're not coming down from 3-1. We're not beating this Miami Heat team three times in a row. I want to be optimistic, but, seeing what we've seen from this Knicks team this playoffs, especially during this series versus the Heat, the Heat have just, they found our mojo. They found what we had, and they're just simply, like I said, outclassing us and doing the little things to win basketball games. Hayden in the chat, Julius Randle is a cancer when he is playing bad. A few of those calls late in the game wasn't. I think the referees kind of killed the momentum there of the New York Knicks tonight. I'm not blaming the referees. I'm just saying a few of those calls could have. It was a 50-50 calls, and the referees just called offensive fouls on the New York Knicks, and it sucks, man. Tyler, man, what's going on in the chat? We are down. TJ, exactly. Lack of basketball IQ, shaking my F head. It's astonishing. It seems like we're playing game 1 of the 2022-2023 season. This is the second round of the playoffs. The amount of errors that this New York Knicks team made today, it's astonishing. It's crazy. The second chance opportunities that the Heat got, that fourth quarter, they look like us versus the Cavs. Grabbing offensive rebound after offensive rebound. Look, I get it. The guys were tired. They played the entire second half, but still, I haven't seen a hard foul this whole series. I haven't seen one hard foul against the Miami Heat team this whole series. One. Can we put somebody on their ass, please? Can we please put somebody on their ass? Frustrating, man. Frustrating. Everything, Tyler in the chat says everything the Knicks did well in round 1. They haven't done this round. Steven says, can we see Fournier in game 5? Why? At this point, it's, Tony in the chat, out rebounded and out hustled. That is the theme of this series. And yeah, man, the Miami Heat, the back-breaking threes that they were scoring today, Max Strus especially, daggers, man. Daggers in your heart, man. Heat cut it. Knicks were cutting the lead. They just couldn't get over the hump because, whether it's, tired legs or whatever, man. It's just frustrating that the Miami Heat, every time the Knicks answered, they punch right back. They had an answer for every single run from the New York Knicks. And the Miami Heat team, the Miami Heat are 5 steps ahead of this New York Knicks team. They have now a 3-1 stranglehold series lead. And game 5 is in the Garden on Tuesday night. Just got to get one, right? Don't go out in the Garden, man. Don't go out in front of the home crowd and send it back to Miami, throwing some punches, and we just go from there. But buzzer beater in the chat, man. Not boxing out, not making defensive rotations, not making free throws. Do you understand the New York Knicks are shooting 55% from the free throw line this series? 55%. This is an NBA team. They're shooting 55% from the free throw line. Why? How? How is that possible? I get it. They've been a bad free throw shooting team all season long, but 55%, you're leaving points on the board, which you cannot do against this Miami Heat team. Once you turn the ball over versus the Miami Heat, that gives them fuel. That fuels the engine. That fuels their engine. They're like, ooh, turnover. Let me look down the court. Aaron Rodgers pass down the court. They get easy buckets, fast breaks. It seems like the New York Knicks, many times tonight, Julius Randle during the fast break. It's like we can't run a fast break. It's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. The Miami Heat, this Miami Heat team, every time they run a fast break, they score. Every time the Knicks run a fast break, it's like you're holding your breath. You don't know what the hell is going to come from it. And that's just the frustrating part. Oh, man, I just still have a headache from this game. It's just, the thing that sucks is that the turnovers, the lack of basketball IQ, the stupid mistakes, getting outplayed, that shit, that I hate to curse, but that crap just pisses me off, man. It just does, Second round of the playoffs, you just can't do that, man. We're looking like the Cavs right now, man. We're looking like the Cavs in last round. Yeah, man. Steven says, I feel like no one in this team can guard Jimmy Butler. Not even doubling him is working. Jimmy Butler is a great player, man. No one can. If he's not scoring, he's going to get others involved. If he's not getting others involved, he's going to rebound the basketball. He's going to the offensive rebounds from Butler killed us today as well. And yeah, Butler has been great for them. The 3 games that he's played this series. And the 3 games Butler has played, they've won all 3 games. The 3-0 with Jimmy Butler, the 1 loss without Jimmy Butler. So, yeah, man. TJ in the chat says execution will always prevail. Heat are too seasoned. Knicks show no fight. Yeah, man. They're a well-oiled machine for sure. The Miami Heat, well-oiled machine over there down in Miami, and they just the offensive flow, the offensive sets, it just seems like it comes so easy for them. Yes, they made back-breaking threes, but all game long, it's just the Knicks couldn't get over the hump. They couldn't grab that extra rebound. The out-hustle plays, dumb. Steven says the refs were calling everything against the Knicks is crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't want to keep going back to the referees, but, yeah, I mean, a couple of those calls, 50-50 calls on Julius Randle. There was a call on Jalen Brunson that shouldn't have been a foul call on him. But, you know, I don't want to talk about the referees because the Knicks played like shit, man. I feel like it's a disservice just keep blaming the referees for the Knicks issues. The Knicks played like crap. Own it. They played like shit. They've been playing like crap all series long. You can blame the referees. Yeah, ticky-tack fouls here and there, but all series long, man. I have it written down. Lack of detail, lack of attention to small things. Turnovers plague the Knicks tonight. Heat, like I said, they fuel off those turnovers. The Knicks are getting outplayed because the Heat are beating them at their own game. We can start to get into some players that have been vastly underperforming here. Mitchell Robinson has looked soft all series long. He's just looked soft, man. He's looked like crap. He hasn't looked like himself since the Cavs, since Game 5. The dominant performance, the dominant series that Mitchell Robinson had versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mitchell Robinson has looked soft all series long. The Heat have neutralized him. They've taken him out of his element. They've taken him out the game. And, you know, Bam has, you know, deked him into fouls here and there. Mitchell Robinson has played like shit. Obi Toppin off the bench is giving us absolutely nothing. Nothing. A few open threes tonight, which he's airballing. Had that, what did he shoot in the game 1? 5 threes. He made 5 threes in game 1. Had that scoring outburst in game 1. But ever since then, he's just been giving us nothing. Julius Randle played the entire second half before he fouled out in the fourth quarter. You know, Obi Toppin gave us nothing before the IQ injury. He's been giving us nothing. Our bench has been being outplayed by this Miami Heat team, which is something we came in this series as a strength for this New York Knicks team. Our bench is our strength. Not in this series. Kyle Lowry brought back the clock, man. Kyle Lowry went to the fountain of youth, drank some of that water, and is playing like 2011, 2012 Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry has played like crap all season long. Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe he's saving his outbursts for the playoffs. But look, man, be careful what you wish for, all right, guys? This Miami Heat team beat the number 1 seed. I get it. Giannis was out. That didn't matter, man. They beat them. They closed them out with Giannis in the lineup. So be careful what you wish for. And now we're down 3-1. Also, the Miami Heat don't make errors at all. At all. They don't make mistakes. They don't make errors. They feed off your turnovers. Yeah, I believe they had similar turnovers to the Knicks tonight, but they're not, when they turn the ball over, they're not stupid turnovers like the New York Knicks have. They're not like Julius Randle handoff passes turnovers, like dumb turnovers like that. They're actually in the flow of their offense. You know, ball goes out of bounds here and there. When the Heat turn the ball over, they're not silly turnovers like the New York Knicks had tonight. The lack of basketball IQ on this team is crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And it starts with our best players, right? It starts with number 30. Open the game strong. What did he have? 8 first quarter points. Finished the game 20 points, 9 rebounds, 8 of 13 from the field, 104 from 3. Just not enough, right? Brunson, 32 points. Not efficient, though. 10 of 21 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3. You can tell his ankle injury is bothering him. It's just we're not getting any contributions from anyone else. Barrett, I thought Tom Thibodeau sat Barrett for a little longer than he should have. When was it, in that third quarter that he sat Barrett? A little longer than he should have. Or was it the second quarter? My mind is a cloud right now. But Barrett, 24 points, 9 of 16, 3 of 5 from 3. Josh Hart hasn't given us anything these past couple of games ever since his almost triple-double in the Garden. 4 points for Josh Hart, 22 minutes. Grimes, 3 of 7 from 3. Look, we shot the ball okay. I mean, 48% from the field, 32% from 3. It's not enough, though, man. It's not enough, It's not enough, man. It's the Heat shot 72% from the line, 44 rebounds, 13 offensive rebounds for this Miami Heat team. They're just outplaying us at every aspect of the game, man. 7 steals. Knicks had 16 turnovers. Knicks were one of the best teams in the NBA in terms of not turning the ball over in the regular season. And now we've turned into a team that's just lacking basketball IQ, dumb turnovers. I wanted to throw my remote at the TV when the Grimes, the first, it's not even like we don't even get to sit down and there's a dumb turnover. First 5 minutes of the game, there's like 2 dumb turnovers. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What exactly are we doing here, man? Is this game 3 out of 82 or is this game 4 of the second round of the playoffs? Like, what are we doing here? Lamar Jackson in the chat. This series is over. ... Maybe the Knicks can show some heart and send it back to Miami. Can't let them close it out in New York. I mean, you don't want them to close it out in New York, but at this pace, I mean, it just seems like some of the Knicks have just, I hate to say it, but it just seems like some of them have just quit. Like, we're seeing 2 different versions of players. Like, it's crazy. Like, Obi Toppin has been nothing. Mitchell Robinson has been neutralized. I get it. That's part of their game plan. But it just seems like guys have quit out there. Like, I hate to say it, but that's what I'm seeing. I mean, it just, Brunson hasn't quit. Barrett hasn't quit. It just, guys aren't doing the game-winning plays that it takes to win these playoff games. To win a playoff series, especially when you advance another round, it takes tremendous heart. It takes tremendous, number 2, it takes skill. Number 3, it takes willingness to go above and beyond for the extra pass, for the extra shot, for the extra ball, diving in the stands. It takes that, man. And I just feel like we lack. Obviously, we lack shooting. 2, we lack, guys that have heart, man. I mean, I haven't seen a hard foul all series long. I haven't seen a hard foul from this New York Knicks team all series long. You had Cody Zeller making a statement in game 3. Cody Zeller. Are you kidding me? Cody Zeller. The Heat are punking this New York Knicks team. Game 3, they're on the bench. Jimmy Butler's spinning the ball on his hands. They're on the bench goofing around. Cody Zeller's pushing one of our best players to the ground. Yo, when is somebody going to say enough is enough? When is somebody going to say enough is enough on this New York Knicks team? Do you see what Cody Martin did today to Jalen Brunson when he fouled him behind the three-point line and purposely, I don't care what Heat fans say, purposely put his foot on the bottom of Jalen Brunson's landing, bad sprained ankle, purposely did that. Where is that? We don't have it. TJ in the chat says, Heat are very poised. You're right, bro. It starts with defense. Always too many hoes. Bear with me, guys. We're heated. We're all heated in this chat. We're all frustrated, man. We're all frustrated right now. It's crazy. It's crazy out here. It happens, my brother. It's not over yet. Yeah, man. Down 3-1. It's not over yet, but you know what they say. I mean, unless you're the Cleveland Cavaliers of LeBron James coming back against the Golden State Warriors, down 3-1. I don't know. Lamar in the chat says Miami fans been saying the whole series we are soft, and they are absolutely right. I'm not seeing any toughness from this New York Knicks team. I'm not seeing any toughness. You have Cody Zeller out there punking you. Guys on the Heat team playing on the bench. First round, we outclassed, we outplayed, we out-physicaled. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they were nervous when they came into the Garden. And you went up against, now you're going up against a whole different beast. This Miami Heat team, I don't care that they were a play-in team. I don't care that they're the 8th seed. They still have the guys that got them all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 7, one shot away from advancing to the NBA Finals. Butler misses that 3 against the Boston Celtics. Remember that. You're not going to punk this Heat team, and the Miami Heat are punking your asses right now. They're punking you. TJ says exactly, no hard fouls at all. I'm glad I'm not the only one realizing it. This was supposed to be a downright dogfight, right? And we have not fouled them once hard all game long. We have not taken it. When Jimmy Butler goes out the game, the Heat just go on a run. Today, when Jimmy Butler went out the game in the second quarter, the Knicks couldn't score. And the Heat went on like an 8-2 run in that second quarter when Butler went out the game, and that's your opportunity to strike. But, the Heat, well-oiled machine, man. Like I said, third quarter, Knicks cut the lead to 2, Heat hit a 3. Knicks cut the lead to 3, Heat hit another 3. Knicks cut the lead to 5, dagger 3. Knicks cut the lead to 4 with 1:57 left in that third quarter. Heat hit 4 dagger 3s in that third quarter. You can point to that as to why we lost today. Also, all game long it was weird, right? It was just it seemed like today we were getting down by 20 points. And the Knicks were still lingering around the 6 to 10 point mark, got it down to 2 at one point. And, I was like, okay, do we have something going here? Okay. And the Heat just would answer back every single time. And that's the most frustrating part of tonight's game. And especially in Game 3 when you got ran out the building. At least tonight they put up a little fight. Oh, man. Just vent. This is the vent session right here, man. Comment in the chat. Appreciate every single one of you in the chat. We're just venting right now. We're just venting as New York Knicks fans. We are down 3-1 against the Miami Heat. And if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Come join us here in the chat. Let me know your guys' thoughts, man. It's just, when you have Obi Toppin not giving you anything, 6 minutes, didn't play the entire second half. Mitchell Robinson out there, 7 boards from Mitch. Randle, 13 shots from Julius Randle. I want to see more shots out of Julius Randle. He was actually pretty efficient tonight. 8 of 13 from the field, considering ESPN put up a stat out of 150 players, Julius Randle's the worst in terms of field goal percentage. Tonight, not so bad. 8 of 13 from the field, but 6 turnovers for Julius Randle. 6 turnovers from Julius Randle in a pivotal Game 4. Moving day, as they call it. Knicks could have went back to New York 2-2, but now we're going back to New York down 3-1. 6 turnovers from Randle, not going to cut it, man. Just not. Guys were fouling today. Randle took 6 fouls. Brunson, 5 personal fouls. Like I said, a few of those fouls were just ticky-tack fouls that could have went the Knicks' way. A few of those calls were momentum killing calls. Randall hit an and one. They call it offensive foul. Kills momentum, man. It's just in the Miami Heat, they just well-oiled machine, guys. Their defensive schemes, their rotations on defense. If you double Jimmy Butler, if Kyle Lowry's driving into the lane, going to kick it out to an open Max Strus. Gabe Vincent didn't even do anything tonight, and yet Max Strus 4-10 from 3. And guys, Max Strus 4-10 from 3, and all 4 of those threes were like dagger threes. They killed us. Kevin Love, 23 minutes, just giving you veteran minutes, right? I mean, game-winning plays, the Miami Heat. That's all they do. They provide game-winning plays. They just have outclassed this New York Knicks team. They have outworked this New York Knicks team. The lack of basketball IQ from this New York Knicks team has been astonishing. The Knicks are getting simply outplayed. The Heat are beating us at our own damn game. Shooting was, both teams shot the ball 32% from the Knicks from 3, 33% from the Heat, but it just seems like the Heat were just hitting those timely shots, man. That's the difference in tonight's game. Those timely shots and also turnovers, man. Like I said to open up the stream, when you're opening up the game with 2-3 silly turnovers, you're telling me that your focus is somewhere else. That's what you're telling me. Your focus is not on tonight's game. Your focus is somewhere else. And it just sucks, man. Pivotal game, and we're doing silly, stupid turnovers. TJ in the chat says we're all here to vent, bro. Sorry it has come to this, but I feel so disgusted with this team. Yeah, man. I feel your pain, man. It's what a difference 2 weeks makes. 2 weeks makes, right? It sucks, man. Just go out and win on Wednesday, man. Just go out to MSG, in front of your home crowd. Give us something to cheer about. Bring this back to Miami. I know, that's what the Cavs were thinking, right? Just win in your home court, and then the Knicks went in there and just simply took their lunch money and ended the series. If you were to tell me what I think would happen is that we're done on Wednesday. It's just my thoughts. If you were to tell me what do I think is going to happen on Wednesday, is that we're done. It's just the Heat have just simply outplayed us, man. Nothing more to it. We have more talent, but they have more IQ. They have more of a coaching edge. They're just winners. They are just winners. I'm going to try to pronounce it. Was it Nerve? Randall really makes it feel like he really wants that turnover stat line, man. Yeah, I mean, the turnovers from Randall tonight, especially in the first half, the dribble handoffs to Jalen Brunson, the stupid, dumb turnovers. Shooting-wise, he was okay, but it's just those turnovers just kills the game, man. It kills momentum, gives the Heat life, and tonight was just a reason, one of the main reasons why we lost the game. Lamar Jackson says, we are getting beat in all areas. Coaching, we are facets of the game. Deuce. Talk about adjustments. IQ was out tonight. Josh Hart went back to the bench. Quentin Grimes started. Deuce McBride played a little bit in the first half, but they didn't really play at 4 minutes. And I actually thought Deuce McBride was going to play more today. I would have liked him to play more. At this point, what do you have to lose? Just freaking play Deuce McBride. Just stick him on Jimmy Butler, right? See what you got. It's just our bench points, man. It's 10 bench points tonight, guys. 10 bench points tonight. Kyle Lowry, 4-6 from the field, 2-4 from 3, 5-6 from the free throw line, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, +6, 1 steal in 25 minutes. He's coming in the game as confident as ever, and it's crazy because I was watching Kyle Lowry at the end of the season, and he looked washed. He looked absolutely washed. So to see him put up these numbers is crazy. Cody Martin, 10 points, Cody Martin alone matched the Knicks bench points alone. 10 points, 2 or 5 from 3, had a big dunk, 4 of 8 from the field. Efficient. They even got Highsmith coming off the bench, 6 minutes, but when he was in the game, he gave him an offensive rebound. He made a basket. Duncan Robinson hit a dagger 3, even though he's 1 of 7 from 3. Big threes. Every single 3 that these guys hit, dagger. Especially not Gabe Vincent. Vincent was bad tonight. Just Strus. Man. So where do we go from here? Obviously, now we look at Game 5. Still got one more left. Believe it or not. At Madison Square Garden in your home court. You know the Heat just want to end it there. And you know the Heat just want to, send us home. And I think Wednesday is when we would find out what this New York Knicks team is really made of. Because if they show us anything like they have been playing these first 4 games, expect a loss on Wednesday. But I think Wednesday is when we really find out, what are you made of? Are you going to go out like punks? Or are you going to put up a fight? Don't go out in front of your fans, man. Don't go out in front of your fans. We all saw that team with Melo versus the Heat. They gave us a victory, before heading to Miami, and then Miami closed it out in Miami. But during that series, when LeBron and Bosh was on that team, and the Heat beat us 4-1, they were up 3-0, and then Knicks were at home, gave us a victory in Game 4, and then we went to Miami, and then the Heat closed it out. But just show us what you're made of on Wednesday, man. That's when we're really going to see. That's when, if they get blown out the building on Wednesday, it's going to make my thoughts about this season. I'm telling you, I'm going to have a bitter taste, and we're all going to have a bitter taste in our mouths. We're not going to like how this season ended at all. That Cavs series feels like a decade ago now. It's going to take us a while to process, but I just don't want this to end in 5. Go back to Miami. Anything is possible. You know what they say. But show us what you're made of on Wednesday and put up a fight, man. Just put up a fight, man. If it's anything like we've seen from this series, is that I'm going to be highly upset. I'm going to change my thoughts about this whole season, man. I'm telling you, we're going to start having questions about whether Julius Randle was the guy. Come off season, there's going to be questions about whether or not you have to move on from Julius Randle. If we lose on Wednesday, it's going to be 2 playoff series that he has just not played well, efficient-wise. And there's going to be some serious questions about whether you should move on from Julius Randle. There's going to be some serious questions about the extension for Emmanuel Quickley. Quickley has got hurt, but Cavs series, he was bad. Heat series, he was bad. That puts a damper on his contract talks. I mean, Obi Toppin. I don't even want to think that far, but we just have to go out there on Wednesday and simply win. That's it. That's all I'm asking you to do. Win, please. For the sake of Knicks Nation, just win. TJ in the chat says, how do you feel about the extensions for Obi and IQ, bro? Yeah, man. I mean, I was just talking about that. Sorry, I missed the comment before I started talking. Yeah, I mean, if you lose on Wednesday, now that puts a damper on things, obviously. But look, it's going to take a while for Knicks fans to process, a few weeks, maybe a month. And then I do think IQ is still going to get the extension that he wants. And look, he had a good season. It's just playoffs are a whole different animal, right? It's, these guys are still super young, right? We got to remember that. But it just, when you have young players mixed with, obviously Brunson's on a 4-year deal. Randle, the decisions coming for Julius Randle are going to be, something to watch. But I don't know. I don't know where the Knicks go, man. Maybe there's a trade in the offseason with them, but I don't know if they I don't know if after this series, if we were to lose to Miami, I don't know if they actually sit down and actually reevaluate things. Because if you were to ask me this before these playoffs started, I would have been like, hell yeah, let's extend Emmanuel quickly. But playoffs are the whole different season, man. And it sucks, man. Cam in the chat, salute Knicks Nation. Ant, what happened, man? Yeah, man, what happened, Cam? Lack of basketball IQ, lack of attention to detail, lack of attention to small little things that you would think that this New York Knicks team would clean the heck up, especially in a pivotal Game 4. We just lacked everything. Mitchell Robinson has been weak all series long. Bad tonight. The rebounding tonight was an embarrassment in the fourth quarter. The Heat were grabbing rebound after rebound after rebound in the fourth quarter. Embarrassing. Like I said, beat us at our own game. They were looking like us versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Dumb mistakes. I can just keep going on. The turnovers that led to the Miami Heat fast break points, that gives them fuel. They love that stuff, man. Turn the ball over. They're running. They're looking down the court. They're making pass after pass. They're throwing the ball down the court. And the Heat just don't make errors, man. Their execution is, I wrote this down. Their execution is flawless. That's a championship level team. They are. Just call it like it is. They're a championship level team, and we're just 2 steps behind them. Sometimes it is what it is, man. It stinks because we're watching some great performances in these playoffs. Obviously you have Devin Booker, the Joker, Kevin Durant. Obviously Jimmy Butler's playing great on their end. Brunson has had his moments for us, but I think Knicks fans in this, what Knicks fans expected this game was Julius Randle to just ball out. And he didn't. The 6 turnovers for Randle, 13 shots. He was efficient, 1 of 4 from 3. It's frustrating, guys. Extremely, extremely frustrating. Oh, man. It's just, down 3-1 now. Obviously, coming back from 3-1 down is a hard task. 3 straight games you got to win. 2 out of the next 3 are in our home court, though, right? But Madison Square Garden does not faze the Miami Heat. If anything taught you in Game 1 and Game 2, they do not care about the bright lights. They are probably talking about ending it on Wednesday and getting some rest because it's looking like the Boston-Philly series might go to 7. So what you want to do is, we talked about it when the stream started, man. I haven't seen one hard foul from this New York Knicks team. I haven't seen, one out-hustle play from them all series long. Heat are getting every single loose ball. They're out rebounding the New York Knicks. How many offensive rebounds did they have tonight? They had 13 offensive rebounds tonight. Butler had 3. Bam had 3. Cody Martin had 3. Kyle Lowry had 2. Oh, man. It's frustrating, man. But I haven't seen one hard foul from this New York Knicks team. I haven't seen. This was supposed to be a dogfight. 6-game, 7-game dogfight. And just the Miami Heat are punking the New York Knicks. And, as frustrating as it is to say, I do not want to come on here and just bash the New York Knicks. We are all diehard fans in here. But I'm just calling it like I'm seeing it, man. We're being outclassed right now. We're simply being outclassed. We're being out-hustled. We're being punked. We're being out-coached. Eric Spoelstra seems like he's running circles around Tom Thibodeau. It's just one of those series, and we weren't expecting this. A lot of Knicks fans, I don't think weren't expecting this. Every single one, not every single one, but a lot of people on my timeline wanted the Heat. They were like, look, what sucks about this is things opened up in the East, right? We saw a path to the Eastern Conference Finals and maybe the finals. We were way too optimistic, but we saw a path. We beat the Cavs. Heat knocked out the number 1 seed. We had home court advantage in this series. We were favored in this series. we saw a path to maybe thinking this is the year. This is the year that possibly we would get to the Eastern Conference Finals and possibly we would get to the NBA Finals. But down 3-1, it's not looking like it, man. ASM, Mitch, ... Never mind. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson has been bad this whole series. The Heat have taken him out the series, so he's been bad. Lamar in the chat says it's crazy how the Knicks have not played a good game, solid game this series. You can say all playoff long that this New York Knicks team hasn't played up to their standards. They've been shooting the ball extremely poorly, 55% from the free throw line, trash. Turning the ball over, trash. Being out-rebounded this series, trash. Guys are playing heavy minutes, too. 44 minutes for Jalen Brunson on 1 foot, pretty much. Still dropped 32 and 11. We need more, though. We're not getting anything out of, these past couple of games. Josh Hart missing open threes. I think he airballed a 3 today, Josh Hart. Obi Toppin airballed a wide open 3. This can't happen. This can't happen. Cam in the chat says not one hard foul. They look so soft. Even our big General Randall. Like, I want to see Julius Randle get crazy. Like, I want to see. It seems like game 3, he kind of got, I wouldn't say punked, but when you're having Cody Zeller, simply man up to you and simply, flex his muscles towards you and you just simply smile and walk away. I didn't like that. Cody Zeller, out of all people. Maybe that's the Heat saying that, look, we have Cody Zeller that's going to flex his muscles towards your team, and you're not going to do anything about it. Hartenstein pushed Cody Zeller from the back, but I'm not seeing any of that. I'm seeing a lot of smiles, actually. Before the game and during the game, I saw Barrett smile with Bam Adebayo. Like, I don't want to see that crap, man. It's the playoffs. Like, why are you smiling with Bam Adebayo? No. Gabe in the chat, man. What's going on, Gabe? These threes are the nail in the coffin. Yeah. The Miami Heat, especially in the third quarter, those dagger threes laid it out for you. Knicks cut the lead to 2. Heat hit a 3. 5:57 left. Knicks cut the lead to 3. Heat hit a 3. 2 more times. Knicks cut the lead to below 6, and then the Heat just would hit dagger after dagger after dagger 3, just killing any momentum this New York Knicks team had tonight. And just got to get more from our squad, man. Just got to get more. Cam in the chat says, I was hoping we'd get angry Randall, that aggressive on the edge of tech Randall. Yeah, I mean, we're not. It seems like he's more laid back. He doesn't want to go there. I get it. He wants to control his emotions. But we're not getting any fight from anyone, We're not getting. I want to see someone get in their face one time, please, this whole series. Like, I don't want to see any buddy. It's too friendly out there, man. It's too smiley. Like, we're down 3-1. Like, it's too much of that. It's when you have Cody Zeller trying to punk you and you do nothing about it the next game. What are we talking about here? And then they just outplay you and outclass you and out rebound you and hit dagger 3 after dagger 3. And the turnovers were terrible tonight. I mean, first couple of minutes of the game, Grimes, silly turnovers. Julius Randle, simple pass. Simple dribble handoff pass to Jalen Brunson. You just, let me just leave this ball right here. Turn my head around. Jalen Brunson, you can come get the ball. Turnover. Miami Heat, fast break. First couple of minutes of the game. We can't even sit down and enjoy our food, enjoy our drinks without those stupid, silly turnovers that were pretty much happening all night long, man. It's frustrating, man. TJ in the chat says we must upgrade shooting in the offseason. First priority in today's NBA. Agree with you on that one, man. Shooting has been a main issue for us, and it just hasn't been there all playoffs. Heat were going zone game 1 and 2, but they've gotten away from that. They were like, okay, we're going to switch things up. And we still can't, shoot the ball at a high efficiency rate. So it sucks, man. Lamar says, yeah, he punked Jules just like the whole team is punking us. Knicks just don't have what it takes. And that's the most frustrating part, right? It's just, all season long, this New York Knicks team was the one outplaying their opponent. They were the one out hustling their opponent, out rebounding their opponent. It's just we're seeing a totally different Knicks team this series, man. I guess that's the most frustrating part is that the turnovers I recognize, but everything else is like it's uncharacteristic of them, and guys aren't stepping up, man. What was once they called a bench mob is now a bench slob. That's what it is, man. It's the bench slob. It's the bench slob out there, guys. Cam in the chat says, agreed. They too friendly, man. New York is not supposed to be friendly. Game 5, please. I want to see somebody take a hard foul. I'm not saying hurt anybody like the Miami Heat have tried to do. Cody Martin tried to hurt Jalen Brunson, landing on his bad foot. I'm not saying that, but if the Heat want to play that game, go for it, man. Heat fans were calling us the dirty team, but if the Miami Heat want to play that game and, got Bam stepping on Jalen Brunson's foot last game, Cody Martin getting in Jalen Brunson's landing zone this game, Game 5, it should be a dog. Like, Game 5 should be the dog fight. All hell should break loose in Madison Square Garden. Please go out with the fight. Please. I want to see a hard foul, few hard fouls. We just haven't seen any of that all series long. Heat are too comfortable. They're getting too comfortable in the paint. Driving in the paint, kicking it out to wide open shooters. I want to see somebody driving in the paint and second guessing driving in the paint. They're just too comfortable. They know what's coming. They know Mitch is going to kind of go for the pump fake. Mitch has been bad this series. Obi coming in off the bench these past few games, bad. Hartenstein tonight, 3 rebounds, but at least he's providing like some toughness, if you want to call it that. Josh Hart, nothing tonight. Maybe the going back to the bench like kind of like shell-shocked him a little bit. 42 minutes from Grimes, though, only putting up 8 shots. It's like we're falling back into like Grimes played 42 minutes, but why is he only putting up 8 shots? Frustrating, man. Extremely frustrating. Cam says, yeah, what the F happened to our bench? Might as well have played 5 guys. I know, man. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. You got the Heat playing Kyle Lowry, Cody Zeller trying to come in and punk you. Martin has given them a boost. Highsmith has given them a boost. Robinson, if he's open, guess what? Splash. Even though he's 1 of 7 tonight, Heat are just outplaying us, man. At this point, they might as well put Udonis Haslem in there. He'll probably give them 10 and 10 playing against our bench. Like, that's how bad it's been. So, TJ in the chat says Knicks have looked shell-shocked from the start of this series. What's crazy is game 1, we came out strong, right? 12-point lead. Everything was rocking. Heat humbled us real quick. Game 2, we got that, obviously. There hasn't been one game where we just have looked comfortable this whole series. And that's the scary part. That's what doesn't give me confidence that we're going to reel off 3 straight wins here. There hasn't been one game during this series that this New York Knicks team has played well. From start to finish, A-plus brand of basketball, not turning the ball over, not doing the little stupid mistakes. We just haven't seen it. And that's what gives me pause, It's honestly crazy to think that come Wednesday, that could be it. It's crazy. Gabe in the chat says, totally different team. Our numbers weren't crazy against the Cavs, but the defense made the difference. Now it's non-existent. No defense being played right now. Being out-rebounded. The offensive rebounds have been killing us. Heat are a well-oiled machine, man. It's crazy. Now it's non-existent. Plus, on top of that, Thibodeau is too stubborn to switch it up. Yeah, I mean, he switched it up today. He put in Grimes, but at some point, these guys got to perform. Few of these shots that Obi Toppin took off the bench, wide open shots, air ball. Quickly before he got hurt, wasn't playing well. Randall in game 3, disaster. Tonight, 6 turnovers. Brunson was the only guy out there. It seemed like he was giving it his all. On one leg, body on the floor, one ankle. It's just the Heat are just a good team, man. They're a great team, and it sucks that we had to run into these guys, man. Be careful what you wish for. I keep saying it. I knew this wasn't going to be easy, man. Cam in the chat says, I want to see guys ejected in Game 5 for fouling so hard. The season is over anyway. Yes, that's the energy I want. I want to see Julius Randle get you're out of here. Get out of here. That's what I want to see. I want to see and I want to win the game. I want to see some guys get ejected, some hard fouls, and I want to win the game. I want the Miami Heat team to come back to Miami and, close it back on their home court. I do not want to get shut out on Wednesday. I don't. TJ agrees with Gabe. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just when you got guys not playing well, Thibodeau, it just seems like our offense hasn't been flowing all season. We're a heavy isolation team. We rely on Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, two of the most ISO heavy players in the NBA, and the ball just sticks at times and it doesn't move. And when you have Barrett trying to find his game in the middle of Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson isolating, we don't see the ball movement like we're seeing from the Heat. I mean, when you're watching the Heat, they're just it's like the Warriors out there, man. Butler driving in. You're helping on Butler. Butler's finally in the open man. You're helping on that man. That man is passing it to the open man. They're just swinging the ball around in like a circle until they find an easy basket. Open 3. Until they're giving it to Bam Adebayo in the post. And he's hitting a baby mid-range jump shot. It's just it comes so easy for them on the offensive side. And credit to them. They're a great team. They've been obviously doing this for years now. And it's just they're doing the things it takes to win. They're hitting their free throws. They're not really turning the ball over. And when they do, it's not silly, dumb mistakes like the New York Knicks. They're playing great defense. Offensively, they know every player on the Miami Heat team has a role. Every player knows their role. I don't think every player on the New York Knicks knows what the hell they're supposed to do. Like, I don't. If you go to the Heat side, every single player knows what they're supposed to do. Cody Martin comes in off the bench for them. He's spot-up shooter, can provide some toughness for them, can drive to the hole. Kyle Lowry, veteran leadership off the bench. Cody Zeller just giving them 8 minutes. And when he's coming in the game, he's flexing on our best players. That's their junkyard dog coming off the bench. I can't believe I'm saying Cody Zeller is their guy coming in off the bench trying to punk the New York Knicks, but here we are. Duncan Robinson. Look, this is a team not playing with Tyler Hero. It's crazy. And they got just guys just stepping up. Robinson, elite three-point shooter. This guy was riding the bench all season long. But we all know he could shoot. He's like their Steve Novak. Doesn't play a lick of defense, but if he's open, he's going to make the shot. And obviously it's led by Jimmy Butler tonight. I don't even think Butler was okay tonight. He dropped 27 and 10, but he wasn't great. Bam was good for them. 23 and 13, 3 offensive rebounds. The offensive rebounds just killed this New York Knicks team. Vincent was trash. Strus with the dagger threes, but back to the drawing board on Wednesday, guys. Back to the drawing board. Last comment before I head on out here. The Knicks lack true warriors on this squad. What I would give to have a Kurt Thomas type of mold of a player on this team. Sheesh. Yeah, man. Shout out to Kurt Thomas. Miss my Kurt Thomas. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Wednesday, man. It's crazy as it sounds. It could be it, man. Do or die. Win or go home, literally. And at times, these past 2 games, it just seems like some Knicks have, I hate to say the Q word, but that's just what we're seeing. And they're not giving us the value, the effort that it takes to win these playoff games. And Wednesday could be it. It could be going home on Wednesday. And we'll see, guys. Like Lamar Jackson just said, show some heart for us and win on Wednesday, point blank, period. I'm going to get up out of here. I've had a headache for the past 3 hours now. Just stupid turnovers and just stupid stuff, man. I mean, shout out to all you Knicks fans out there. Once again, I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. I'll catch you guys on Wednesday. Hopefully we win. All right, guys. Have a good night. It's always Let's Go Knicks. Peace.